In the rolling hills of the countryside, where the grass swayed in the gentle breeze and the sun cast golden rays upon the earth, there dwelled a ram named Roderick and a fox named Felix. They were an unlikely pair, Roderick with his imposing horns and assertive demeanor, and Felix with his cunning eyes and sly smile. Roderick was the undisputed leader of the flock, his powerful presence commanding respect from all who crossed his path. He was assertive and confident, never one to back down from a challenge or shy away from asserting his dominance over the other animals of the countryside. Felix, on the other hand, was a creature of the shadows, his every move shrouded in mystery and intrigue. He was sly and cunning, with a knack for getting what he wanted through deception and manipulation. While Roderick ruled the hills with an iron hoof, Felix prowled the edges of the forest, always on the lookout for his next opportunity. Despite their differences, Roderick and Felix shared one thing in common: they cared little for the plight of others. While the other animals of the countryside worked together to build a community and support one another in times of need, Roderick and Felix remained aloof, preferring to look out for themselves and themselves alone. But as the seasons passed and the countryside flourished around them, cracks began to appear in their carefully constructed facades. Roderick found himself facing challenges that even his formidable strength could not overcome, while Felix's schemes grew more desperate and dangerous with each passing day. And so, when a great drought descended upon the land, threatening to parch the earth and starve the inhabitants of the countryside, Roderick and Felix found themselves facing a crisis unlike any they had ever known. As the rivers ran dry and the fields turned to dust, the other animals of the countryside banded together, pooling their resources and working tirelessly to find a solution to the drought. But Roderick and Felix remained obstinate, refusing to lend a hoof or a paw to help those in need. But as the drought dragged on and the suffering of the countryside grew more acute, Roderick and Felix found themselves facing a reckoning. For in their selfishness and arrogance, they had alienated themselves from their fellow creatures, leaving them to face the consequences of their actions alone. And so, as the final days of the drought drew near and the countryside lay on the brink of ruin, Roderick and Felix were forced to confront the consequences of their actions. With a heavy heart and a newfound sense of humility, they finally set aside their differences and joined forces with the other animals of the countryside, working together to find a solution to the crisis that threatened to destroy them all. And though the road ahead was long and fraught with challenges, Roderick and Felix knew that by standing together and supporting one another, they could overcome any obstacle that lay in their path. And as the rains finally fell from the heavens and the countryside bloomed once more, they vowed to never again turn their backs on those in need, for they knew that true strength lay not in dominance or deception, but in unity and compassion.